everybody? It's Hoop. It is The Hatening. We're back again for another episode. Thank you for joining us again. So today I want to talk about something, and I feel like this could go on forever, and I'm going to try and make it pretty short. But I really wanted to kind of touch on like talking about politics because, I mean, fucking look around, you know? Everything is politicized now, and politics and pop culture are pretty much the same thing, you know? And so there's a lot of stuff to have opinions about, and sure enough, everyone has a fucking opinion about it. And so because of that, like, it makes it kind of impossible to avoid discussing politics, or at least like hinting at politics in, you know, almost every facet of our lives right now. Whether it's a stranger or an acquaintance or a friend or a coworker or a family member or a partner or a roommate or whoever the fuck, like, it seems like it's unavoidable, right? Like, politics will get brought up in some form or fashion, either little tiny hints or just big, huge signs and flags. And it's crazy. It's fucking weird. I don't know, like, I'm sure that most of us were raised, to an extent at least, like, with our parents being like, you don't talk about politics, like, blah, 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 like, you know what I mean? Like, don't talk about politics at the table, like, all that shit. And I legit, like, grew up like that, where, like, family members and shit, like, you just, like, people would, and then they would get snapped at by someone, but, like, you weren't supposed to talk about politics, because, like, it's such a dividing thing for the most part. And that might have honestly been because I came from like a conservative place. And so like good luck telling an old conservative person that their views are fucking outdated and wrong. You're just going to get into a fight with your family members and shit, you know? And then you're in a small town, so then everyone's going to gossip about, you know? Looking back, that was probably like a big reason why I was dissuaded from speaking my truth. But, you know, like, I don't know, everything is fucking politics now. And like, I talk a lot about politics in my free time. Like, I have the politics podcast, Bolsheviks, that I do. Like, most of my posting online is like politically based, which is fine. You know, I'm not complaining about like how I'm perceived in like the political sphere at all. But what I'm trying to get at is like, because of that, like, because of the way I like position myself like semi-publicly, a lot of people want to talk to me about politics a lot, which is cool, but like a lot of times, like, I don't really want to talk to people about that shit. And it's just like because it has a time and a place, and a lot of times like that's not the time or the place to talk about it. And also like people get really fucking emotionally invested, and so like it's hard to have like a debate or like an academic discussion with a lot of people, because like a lot of people's politics are rooted in like personal experiences and emotions, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. But like if two people aren't meeting on like the same basis, then like the conversation goes nowhere and it can end badly, like in terms of like emotions and stuff. So like I'm down to talk to people about shit, but it's also like kind of exhausting. Like, you know, when big geopolitics stuff happen, like there are certain people who will immediately want to like talk to me about it, either because they agree or don't agree with like my views and my stances. And that's fun and that's fine, but also like it gets kind of exhausting, right? You know, but like on the other side, like I find it very tricky and fun to watch people navigate the minefield of like their political identity and their political beliefs and other people, right? We all know the couple who are diametrically opposed politically, but somehow they're together, right? Whether they're married or dating or something, like we all know that couple. We all know a couple of those couples, and it's fascinating. It's so much fun to watch, you know? We all have like hyper conservative relatives where like they try and egg you on, or like they get pissed off if you like don't agree with them, right? We all have like bleeding heart liberal relatives who just like everything is like the end of the world, and they hang on like everything that like NPR and CNN say. Like, we all have like black-pilled nihilist, like nothing matters, like people who are like way too like deep in Reddit and shit and like 4chan, and they just like want to talk about how everything sucks all the time. Like, we know all these people. We all know these people. They're fucking everywhere, and you have to interact with them all the time, you know? And it's just interesting, you know, because with so much stuff happening in the recent hours, days, weeks, months, years, it's hard not to talk about politics and shit. And it's hard not to kind of like judge people on their shit. I mean, I do all the time. I have actively been trying not to like be like a political elitist and like shun or like look down upon people who don't believe what I believe or who like I think have like shit takes. I will like, you know, still call people out for having shit takes, but it's also like, I don't know, I try not to like my politics and other people's politics like the main personality trait that we're all identified by, but like that kind of seems like you know, an uphill battle a lot because it's like a very important social thing that, you know, like that's just like, it's huge right now. Like, I don't know. You go on fucking like a dating app, and you'll see so many people where it's like, if you're a Democrat, nope, you know, or, you know, swipe right if blah blah blah. Like, you see that shit all, especially like back home, so much. Like, I only fuck Republicans, you know, Trump 2024, like on that shit, you know, vote blue no matter who. Like, can you imagine getting laid because you said Kamala Harris rocks on fucking Tinder? Like, honestly, like I looked at that shit when I was like single, and it was like, I wonder if anyone's actually getting a blowjob because they said they're part of the Yang gang on fucking Hinge. Like, that's fucking nuts. But it's everywhere. It is fucking everywhere. You know, like, you know, fun thing. Started playing Neopets again, and you'll get banned from that shit if you talk about politics. Like, you know what I mean? Like, even fucking like child games has to be like, yo, like we don't talk about politics here because it's fucking everywhere. It's everywhere. I mean, obviously, like you can't get on fucking Facebook or Twitter or Instagram without people posting sincerely or just shit posting about politics. Like, it's fucking everywhere. You know, people's bumper stickers, people's yard signs, like signs in fucking windows of businesses and shit. Like, it's fucking nuts. I've never believed in anything enough to get like a 17-foot sign put on the side of my barn. But there are a lot of motherfuckers who really believe strongly in stuff, right? Like, I can't imagine like being a business owner and like having such a hardline stance on something that you're just like willing to sacrifice a lot of business for like your political beliefs that are like ultimately fucking silly because it's American politics we're talking about here. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking insane. But it's so funny. Like, it really is like so funny for me at the end of the day to like hear people talk about politics like their personal politics really fucking matter that much. Myself included. You know what I mean? Like, I talk about politics all fucking day, but what I think doesn't fucking matter. What you think doesn't fucking matter. What anyone thinks doesn't fucking matter. Like, it's not really going to change that much. Like, sorry to break it to you, champ, but like, it's just not. Like, you should be informed. You should be aware, you know, and like, you should challenge people who are diametrically opposed to you ideologically, you know, but like for the most part, like being armchair like politicians like doesn't really do anything. Like, it really doesn't. Like, the academic side of politics is fucking boring nerd shit. Like, I'm fully aware of that. It's fascinating to me, but it's like I get in these conversations with people and it's like 10 minutes in, 5 minutes in, 2 minutes in, you realize like this is going nowhere. Like, why am I doing this? You know what I mean? Like, people just dig their heels in. It's like, I don't know anyone who's ever convinced anyone of like the opposite opinion in like any type of political discussion or debate. I have never once seen that, and I've engaged in so many, and I've never once seen that happen. It doesn't fucking happen. People just get entrenched and pissed, right? Also, I really do think it's funny, and I'll end on this because, like, I am a communist, and so, like, it is very funny being not, like, part of the, quote, American right or, quote, the American left, being, like, a Democrat or a Republican. because like when you exist outside of like that two-party system, it's just is so funny when you try to talk to people about it, and then it like blows their fucking minds and they don't really know what to say, or they may think that they're like aligned with you because it's like an enemy of my enemy is my friend thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I've had that so many times where like I'll talk shit about Democrats and then someone will think I'm like a Republican and I'll be like, no man, I'm definitely not, you know? Or I'll like talk shit about Republicans and someone will think I'm a Democrat and I'm like, nah dude, I'm definitely not. Like it's a lot of fun. It really is fun. It's kind of exhausting. You know, like if you, I don't know, like there's a lot of like gatekeeping and like elitism with politics, and like at the same time like some people are like kind of expected to be like walking encyclopedias for other people when they don't understand stuff, which like kind of isn't fair to them. Like I don't know, it's fun to talk about politics with your friends in like a no stakes manner. It's annoying to talk to people in like a high stakes manner because nothing ever really happens. But at the same time, it is really fun to like piss off your conservative family members when you tell them that they're fucking idiots because all they do is watch Tucker and Hannity. On that note, we're done. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Hatening. If you like the show, please like and subscribe. Give us a good review wherever you listen to podcasts. Tell your friends about the show too. That'd be fucking cool. You can find The Hatening on all social media platforms. From there, you can find the individual profiles for myself and super producer Andrew. Don't forget to take care of yourself, people around you. Don't forget to tell your friends you love them.